What is going on, y'all? I thought my sister was gonna come on here. Can you hear me?
Hello.
What's up? How you
Yes, I
doing?
can hear you. I'm doing fine. Oh, yeah, kinda. But okay, so I just wanted to say that I don't know if my man is a narcissist, but like I've been just seeing all these TikToks about narcissists. I'm like, why is this always popping up in my for you page? Because I never even looked it up, but it just like started coming out of nowhere. I'm like, what is this?
Because it's
And
for
then
it's
I'm
for
like,
you.
right. And I feel that, and I'm just like seeing some of the things. Okay, so when I first met my man, if I can be completely honest,
Oh,
like it's probably gonna be a little outlandish, okay? But when I first met him, I met him as an escort.
okay.
Okay. And when I first met him, he started immediately like telling me like about his life, and I'm like, this is, oh, whatever.
Hmm.
But he's like introducing himself to me as he's like, you're fucking with someone important. I am the God King, the King of all gods. And he was like, basically, like he's gonna slay all these demon pieces of shit and he's gonna save the world and make men into real men. I'm like, okay, that's cool, whatever. I'm not here for all that. I'm just here for my money. So so it really didn't like really dawn on me at first, and then I seen him like a couple weeks later. He wanted to see me again, so
Hmm.
but he's still like telling me. And but at first I wasn't really paying mind to him. I'm not even gonna lie. I was just there for the money,
I understand.
But then he wanted to see me more frequently, and then it got to a point where like he wanted a girlfriend experience. A girlfriend experience. Basically, I spend the night with him. We
Hmm.
do whatever,
So just to preface
So
this, I've done a lot of one on ones with people in that arena right there. So that's why I'm just like I know exactly what you're talking
okay, and so yeah, and then I don't know. Like I just started, spending more time with him. Like after the girlfriend experience, basically like, I'm like, okay, he's a cool guy, he's good looking, he's a bodybuilder. So, but he's not like a professional one. Like he doesn't have like a pro card or nothing like that, but he aspires to be like and I do believe in people's dreams. I'm not the kind of person that cut people down, so, I'm like, if he wants to be a bodybuilder, he wants to be Mr. Olympia, that's his right. But then he started telling me that he's Goku from Dragon Ball Z and that's his prophecy. And and I'm like, okay, whatever. you know it didn't,
about. Yeah.
like, I didn't know what to think of none of this. I'm just like, this is just him. I'm accepting you as you. So but it wasn't until I started seeing all these TikToks, I'm like, is he a narcissist? Because he always, all our arguments is because he thinks that he's right because he's the man. He tells me I am right because I'm the man. I'm like, so my feelings is not valid. Like what I think, my ideas, whatever my opinion is, doesn't matter because I'm a woman.
Yeah.
But then he'll be quiet. He won't answer the question. I'm like, wow. I'm like, he's like, I am the man. So what I say does go. And I'm like, wow. And like sometimes it just seems like there's no reason to fight with that because that's how he think, that's how he feel.
Yes.
So, but sometimes I feel like I'm cutting myself down because I'm accepting that, you know?
Hmm.
And then not only that, like I know when he cheats because he always accusing me of shit that I haven't done. I'm like, I go to work, I come home. You always accusing me of something that I know I'm not doing. Like I don't have no reason to step out. Like I'm good where like
Hmm.
I'm good where I'm at. So
Yeah.
if I wanted to do that, I'd go do that.
I think
But
he.
it's
I
like he
think.
always calling me a hoochie.
Yeah. I think
I'm like, I'm
because
not
of.
a hoochie.
I think because of how he met you, he was always that is just hover around his mind, right? Because he thinks.
Right. And that's what I used to tell him in the beginning. But it's like he always saying, oh no, like, oh my goodness. But yeah, like it's just, I don't know. It's like I can't win. I can't win.
No,
Even when I try to mirror,
yeah.
I can't win. It's like there's no,
Yeah. So imagine holding up a mirror to a
I can't
monster.
win.
They'll break it, right? They don't
Yeah.
want to. They don't want to see themselves.
Yeah, because I started becoming a monster myself and I started questioning myself like, damn, am I the narcissist now? Because I'm over here trying to treat him, give him a dose of his own medicine. And it's like, but it feels like, I'm
When you give them a dose of.
wrong because I'm going against what I really believe in.
Yeah.
I'm feel like I'm becoming an agent of chaos.
because that's how you're in a chaotic relationship. But when you try to give them a dose of their own medicine, they tend to spit it up like a kid, right? That's why when you have babies, you have to do airplanes to feed them their medicine. Like, here comes the airplane. They still don't like it, right? You have to try to butter it
Yeah.
up and make it come into a different way. But it sounds like this person you're dealing with, yeah, it's narcissistic, but it also sounds like he's paranoid and delusional, right? Because the stuff that he's saying, like,
Yeah,
I'm
he
go
do have
to,
paranoia because
yeah,
there'll be times that he'll be saying that like there's people looking for him,
yeah,
and like that was in the beginning, but it kind of like slowed down. Like once I was around him more, like he kind of like stopped being that person, whoever that this God King was,
mm-hmm.
and all this stuff. And he kind of chilled. But then I don't know if it's the steroids that be like fucking up his brain too, because
It's a
like
part of it.
sometimes
It's a
someday like we'll be all good and then out of nowhere
yeah,
like it's just he'll
you,
just start coming to pick on me, like picking on what I'm wearing. Like, bro, I can't even get nice. I can't
look,
even do
I,
nothing like without him saying that, oh, I'm trying to go look for somebody. I'm
yeah,
trying to
so
do this. I'm
I'll
trying to
say
do
this right
that.
here for you, right here, because people like this can get very, very scary over time, right? Because of the things that he's doing, and it seemed like he has these paranoids, and he's a bodybuilder, but he's super insecure, right? That's why he's so worried about you talking about
Yeah, that's what I told him. Is that I
insecurities.
think he's insecure because he would fall. At first, I didn't know he was following me around town
Oh no,
until like I was like, yeah, and
oh
he'll
no,
be popping up to places I was at. He was banging on the door. I'm like, oh
girl,
my god,
oh
like,
no.
bro,
You do you have some
like,
meta?
what are
You have
you
some meta Ray
doing?
Bans. You have some meta Ray Bans. You need
He
to
was
start
like,
recording this
I'm trying
man.
to verify that you're a loyal bitch. I'm like, a
Oh
loyal
Lord,
bitch? What are you doing? What
girl,
the fuck?
girl,
But
please.
that was many times. And like our last argument that we just got into is because right now he's locked up because he went to court for child support that he didn't pay. And, you know,
What?
yeah, he owes
How you
like
doing escorts
56,
and not
he owes
child
like
support?
56,000. Like he owes like $56,000 in
How
child
that makes
support.
sense? Like you getting escorts but not child support. That's crazy. You know?
Right, exactly. And his baby mama, she has a PFA on him because I read his police report and it said that he went over there at 1 o'clock in the morning, banging on her door,
Yep.
saying that he's gonna kill her and that he wants to see his kids and all this stuff. And
I'm glad you read
I
that.
was like,
I'm glad you read that
yes, I read the
because
whole thing
I
because
was
he
going
was
there with
trying
you.
to,
He's going
yeah,
there
he
with
was
you.
trying to make it a different. But once I actually read the documents, I'm like, and he told the police that he was Goku too.
Oh man.
He told like he was tripping,
Yeah,
like, and they
so
found an AR-15 in his trunk,
oh no. So
but they
yeah.
didn't charge him with that.
So
So
let me say this for you right here. He doesn't just sound narcissistic. The stuff that you're saying makes him sound like he's schizophrenic, right? And people like that snap. They
yes,
snap. And I'm not saying like I'm not
yes,
diagnosing it right, but the stuff that you're saying makes it seem like he's schizophrenic. And sometimes people like that, if they're not on medication and they're on steroids and they're doing all this other stuff that can mess with your mental, this person will snap and stab you 100 times and be like, I thought she was, I thought this was Frieza. I thought this was a Frieza or a Cell. I was just
yeah,
fighting Majin Buu. You know what I'm saying? He's going to
right.
do something
And all
horrible to
he
you.
does is watch anime all day, like all day. Like if he's not watching anime, he'll be watching like some spiritual shit.
Yeah,
That Rashad Jamal guy, he watches him
yeah.
and shit like that.
He's just planting that type of stuff right there. So yeah, I'm not saying that he is, but that doesn't sound just like your regular run of the mill narcissist, right? That's not. I'm not doing no type of shit like that.
Okay, so I'm
No.
not crazy, right? Because I'm thinking, I'm like, I don't know if he's a narcissist. I see the traits, but I'm just like, this is like totally like, you know, like,
Yeah, I would just be. This just sounds like it sounds like something more than just narcissistic. Like this is not your normal run of the mill narcissism. That's scary because it sounds like he's escalating his behaviors and that type of stuff right there that he's doing on the side can absolutely start
yeah,
to mess. It can start to definitely start to mess with your mental right there. Right. I would say
yeah, yeah,
I would say separate. Try. I don't tell people to leave no more. I would say separate yourself from this type of stuff right here slowly, but
yeah.
safely. Right. Because people like this,
Yeah, no,
they
I'm
don't. Yeah.
definitely going to therapy because I've been thinking that my mind is fucked up because like he make me question my own like reality, like make me question like my memory of how things went, and I'm like, wait a minute, like and it's just like I don't know. I feel like my map in my mind is kind of messed up right now. I'm not
Yeah.
even gonna lie.
Yeah, that right there is in this situation. I would just definitely feel safe. Sit down, definitely talk to a therapist to work through the stuff that you have going on, but definitely take a step back from him because like this is a scary person. If he's
Right.
going to kicking the doors in at
Right.
1 a.m. and threatening to kill people, like
Right.
that's just scary.
Right. Because that's not normal behavior though. But he
No,
was trying to tell me, you don't know how it feels to have a woman take your kids and won't let you see your kids, but make you pay child support and all this stuff.
but you're not paying child support. Hey,
I mean, you got a point, but yeah, I guess, but that's just coming out now. I was under the impression that he was taking care of everything.
yeah.
So
But you see, he's
like,
lying.
but
You
he
see,
was
he be
lying.
lying. You say he be lying.
Yeah, he do. Like, yeah, but he's really good at it, though. I swear, he's really good at it. He's really good at
Yeah,
it.
I mean, they get good at lying
And
and creating their own realities and things like that. It just seemed like your situation is escalating to somebody being very scary. He's already stalking you and following you and shit like that. It's just that's very scary.
he's been doing that since day one. It's been 2 years now. And like, he'll have my location, and then he had some kind of app where he can monitor all my messages and everything. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah, that's
And I was thinking it was because he wanted to make sure I didn't catch him cheating. Because I know when he was out, because he don't want to, he don't want me to touch him. He's just tired. He don't want to, you know. So I'm like, wow, like what's, you know,
yeah, that's very scary.
and
I
yeah.
always say you got to protect your peace and protect yourself because the worst you know what I'm saying. Somebody asked how do you find out about the app?
Oh, because one day when I came home from work, his phone was left on the counter,
Mm.
which was odd to me because he never has his phone on the kitchen counter. It's always with him on the on the dresser where he sleep. So
Yeah,
I work third shift. And so when I came home, his phone was on the counter and I'm like, what the fuck? And it was on the app with my location and I see my messages. I'm like, and I would be wondering how he'd be knowing what I'd be saying to like my certain family members or like I'm like, how would he know that? I know he going through my phone because he was going through my phone since day one too. So
yeah. Oh,
while I was asleep,
girl.
you know, I
Yeah.
know. But at
Look.
first, I was like, that's why I said at first, I was like, this is the money. It's the money. It's the money. But then I don't know when he got me like, caring about him. And then I don't know. Then this was like once I started caring about him is when he switched.
Once you started or stopped?
When I started caring about him.
Oh, yeah. Because yeah, yeah, that's a lot right there. You know what I'm saying? I just fear for
Yeah.
you because like I just don't want to. This type of personality dynamic, like this type of person can get very very scary, and hopefully he gets some help or
Yeah,
goes
and like
to jail.
now I'm just to the
But
point to just keep the peace.
I mean,
Like,
what does
because
peace look like
anything,
for you?
I don't want to make him irate. So I just try to stay in the room, be quiet, don't ask too much, keep it very short, because I don't want to trigger him.
Yeah, yeah. But
I make sure I come home right on time from work, don't stop nowhere,
but how
be at home by
how long
7:05.
long are you willing to do that right there? You know what I'm saying? How long are you willing to do that type
Um,
of stuff? That doesn't sound like a very viable life right there. That sounds like survival for a long time because you see he don't. It doesn't sound like he gets tired, right? It doesn't sound like he gets tired. It sounds like he's in it for the long haul doing this stalking. He's gonna wake up one day and just like I'm done. I'm done stalking her. I don't think he's gonna do that right there, right? I think it seems like his personality is more along the
Cause no,
lines of
cause some days he act like he love me, some days he act like he don't. Sometimes he tell me like he don't want me, but then I don't know where he's all over me, and I'm just like it's so confusing.
yeah. Yeah, that's super scary right there. Like I said, I would definitely suggest taking a step back, but kind of like I'm not telling you to turn around and run. I'm telling you, have seen those cartoons
Yeah,
where people kind of like sneak out the room? Those movies, they like sneak backwards.
yeah.
That's what you need to do. You need to sneak backwards.
You think
It's
so?
yeah, because you have to separate yourself from this
Like,
person. If you were my sister, who was she was in here earlier. I actually have a sister that was in here. I would say like take a step back from this person, right? Because there's things
but
going
like,
on in the
wouldn't it
situation.
look like I'm like disloyal if I just like leave him in jail and not like be there for him?
But why does that matter right there? You see what I'm saying? Because you right now you still thinking about
Because I care
caring
about
for him.
my character at the end of the day. Like, I
What
wouldn't
about
want
your
no one
life?
to just leave me high and dry.
What about your life? Imagine going out to bail out your killer. You know what I'm saying? Like she bailed him out and he killed her. You see what I'm saying?
No, but he's not, I'm not dead.
Yet. Yeah, of course.
And then like what about like all our like mutual friends and everyone like him saying like, "Oh, she just left me hanging." And
uh
like I think about that kind of
this
stuff.
the same
And
thing the
you
same
know,
thing you
and I would
told
be
me.
really sad if he just left me like that.
Yeah, the same thing you're telling me, you tell them, right? He stalked me. He's doing this kind of crazy insanity. Like he's not sane, because this type of person right here will hurt and harm you.
You think
And
they're going to believe me?
well, so if they don't believe you, why are they your friends? You see what I'm saying?
They're not going to believe because they're his friends too.
So in that situation right there, do you want mutual
And he's
friends?
good at really manipulating people to think that he's like this, oh, this God king.
Yeah, but if they believe he's a god king, they're worshiping false idols. They're you see what I'm saying? That's crazy in these situations right here. I say those are not your friends if they won't just even consider believing you, right? If they just automatically jump to,
You
she's
know?
crazy. We believe him, right? And I just feel like it's not. You have to ask yourself, why is loyalty to him more important than safety for yourself, right there? Because those questions are super important right now. You know what I mean? Just trying to stay alive, trying to protect yourself. It's just like your
Well,
reputation is just
because
more
I guess
important.
because in my mind, I don't. Because, like, yeah, I know that he's followed me, he stalked me, he's had my location and shit. But, like, in my mind, I'm like, he hasn't put his hands on me. I mean, he's flipped me over the bed with the, type shit. But,
Is that
like, he has never,
not putting
like,
his hands on you?
put his hands on me or anything like that.
How did he flip you over the bed? Did he do it with his mind?
Like, I was laying on the bed and he flipped the mattress, like, with me on the bed.
Oh, that's people would still say that's assault, that's abuse right there, right? Just like I hear people say he never hit me, but he punched a hole in the wall right beside my head, right? He threw something in my direction. He threw something at me. Like you don't want to minimize what you're going through because that's
Yeah, no, he never did that
you
kind
see
of
what I'm saying.
stuff.
I'm just saying
But,
this is what I talk when I'm talking to people. This is the type of stuff that they say when they're trying to minimize what they're going through, right? And the way you talk about
so you,
yeah, and the way you talk about how he's talking you, it sounds like it's just there's like a little thing in your voice. It sounds like you like it a little bit, right? It just sounds like you enjoy it, or you think that it means he cares.
no, it's not that I like it, but it's just like I don't know. I never been in a situation where a man had my location, where he looked like like at first I thought it was like, damn, he must really love me. But then I don't know. Like I'm just feeling like it's not. That's why I say I gotta go to therapy because I'm just like, is this normal? Because I've never been through this before. So it's like I've never been with a man who done all this type of stuff.
Hmm.
So it's just like I don't know what's normal, what's not.
It's normal in an emotionally abusive, toxic relationship, yeah, but in a healthy relationship, no, that's not normal. That's abuse. That's manipulation. That's toxic. That's scary.
Right?
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
yeah.
That makes sense.
So
Okay, that
yeah,
makes all the sense in the
yeah.
world.
So I feel like looking inward helps you out right here in these situations because I'm telling you, I've talked to a
Mm.
lot of people in the same type of profession where y'all met at. I do Zoom calls with people in those situations. I'm telling you all the time. I was just like, and I'm not a judgmental person. Like, hey, this your life. You live your life you want to live, but you also have to protect yourself and be safe because some people who are going towards women in that lifestyle are looking for people that they can control. Right. That's why I feel like
Right, because he told me that the reason why he likes buying pussy is because he doesn't have to deal with all the extra emotions. He can fucking and leave. Then
yeah,
the girl can leave. He doesn't have to worry about it.
yeah. But you see where he's at right now. He's getting emotions involved, and that's when the volatility can come into play, right?
Right, and that's where I don't understand.
You see what I'm saying? That's when the volatility comes
I
into play. But
don't.
if you're not accustomed to this, sometimes people can mistake this type of stuff for love or affection, or that this person just cares about me, right? That's an internal thing going on with you that you have to kind of take a look deeper inside of yourself and just like, why am I okay with this? Why is this okay? Why
What you mean by that, though? What you just said before that.
taking a look at yourself?
No, when you said that, like people like me, like in these kind of situations,
What do
like
you
what
mean?
do you mean by
Well, you said
that?
you met him on an escort website, didn't you? Yeah,
Yes, like I was the escort.
people in their lifestyle. Yeah, people in their lifestyle. Yeah, I talk to escorts all the time. Like people in their lifestyle, like all the time. Like that's what I'm saying.
And they normally come across men like
Yeah,
this.
yes, all the time. Yeah, they come across narcissistic, controlling men all the time. Yeah, insecure man that just want to live out their fantasies and say crazy shit and not be judged for it.
Hmm.
I'm Goku, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Who would say that in real life? Who would say that on the
Yeah.
first? Imagine me on the first.
Okay.
Imagine me on the first date and it's like, oh, by the way, Gabrielle, I'm Goku. You see what I'm saying? That sounds insane, right? If we were just we just met
Right?
on Tinder, and you like my pictures and stuff. Like I sit down and just like, by the way, I'm Goku. I can go Super Saiyan anytime now. That's crazy. That's insane,
Right.
right? So
Right. Yeah, he does say that stuff though. Yeah, he
that's
does. So
crazy.
he says he's not gonna die, that he's gonna live for a long time.
Oh, okay.
And I should have known because he asked me like when he first was telling me that he wanted me to like move in with him and be with him, he was like, I want you to be one of my goddesses. I want you to be the main and head example of my legacy and all this stuff. I'm like,
Oh no.
okay, whatever, because I'm like, maybe that's just that's his dialogue.
That's his dialogue, but it's not normal.
I try not to be
Sometimes,
judgmental. I try not to.
sometimes you got to judge a little bit, right? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes,
I
look,
try to accept people for who they are,
yeah. Sometimes we got to
because
judge.
who am I to tell them that they are not who they believe they are?
As a sane, rational human. Like, I don't think you're Goku, sir. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that makes you any less of a human to
Right,
point out an objective fact, an objective truth. Like, you're not Goku, right? So,
right, right, right. Because in my mind, I was like, maybe he was like figuratively speaking, because all the things that Goku's supposed to represent, maybe
no,
that is what his ego wants to represent or
yeah,
something like
I
that.
think he's about to hit you with a Kamehameha wave. That's what I'm thinking. So, yeah,
Oh,
I'm thinking.
like, and it's like it's just so crazy because I swear, like, some days would be good, some days would be bad. But what I did notice is that sometimes his eyes, I would always look at his eyes,
Oh no,
and sometimes it seemed like they would spread apart. They'll be like spread apart, like, I don't know, like, and bulging. I'm like, what
like
the,
a snake?
like,
Okay,
what's
like
going
it's
on?
like a gecko. Like it's like a
Yeah,
gecko's
like
eyes
type,
going
yes, yes,
crazy.
yes, and it would do that, yeah, and then like he'll, I don't know, but I don't know, like it would be like that for a week maybe, and then it'll go back to normal, and I'm
He
like,
said,
okay,
yeah,
like right now when I
yeah.
went to go visit him, he was normal,
You
but the
be
last time I seen him, he was not normal.
you end up visiting him in jail.
Yeah, I've been going to work. He's in work release now. They sent him to work release, so yeah, I've been bringing him his clothes and everything, and bringing him
Yeah,
quarters so he can call me.
we got to take a step back. I
But
feel
he's
like
been playing with my emotions even from
yeah,
there.
because you let him now.
Because, like,
That's a choice. You know what I'm saying? Now it's an active choice now because you're going to visit him and you're giving him
right,
you're
because,
paying
like, he's
him
been
now.
being an asshole.
You see how the dynamic switch. You're paying him to manipulate you now. You said now it's switched, right? He was paying you, but now you're paying
But
him, so
is
it's not
it?
even about the money anymore now.
But that's why I'm like, but I don't know if he's just being an ass. I don't know what. I don't know if it's just stress, because he told me that he's stressed and all this
I mean,
stuff.
he is stressed because
But
he's in jail.
you know,
Jail is stressful.
yeah. So
You know,
so I don't know. I just That's what I said. I don't know what's normal. I don't know
yeah,
what's normal anymore,
yeah.
because this just,
This
like,
ain't
it's
normal.
so hard though, because I just don't want him to think that I'm just the kind of person that just abandons people, because he said something about that too, like I'm gonna
Yeah.
abandon him,
Yeah, but
and I'm like,
that's
no, that's
that's emotional manipulation right there, right? That's him telling you, making you trying to make you
Mhm.
feel guilty for wanting to live your life without him, which makes sense, all right? But so I do have to hop off here, yeah. I gotta hop. I gotta get to the
Okay,
store.
I'm
No,
sorry.
no, no. You're 100% fine. I just gotta hop off. My wife is texting me now about going to the store and whatnot.
No
So I gotta
problem.
hop off here. I appreciate you tuning in, but like, please, please, it's time to sit down. I'm not trying to
Okay,
judge you, but it's time
okay.
to sit down and talk to a therapist for real.
No,
Just like, hey, look,
I'm really gonna pray about it,
because you got to
because
be safe.
it's really alarming too.
Yeah, you
Thank
absolutely have to
you.
be safe in this situation. Okay.
Thank
All right,
you.
bro. Be safe. Seriously, seriously, be safe.
I will. I
All right,
will.
all
Thank you.
right.
Mm.
Okay, yeah. I do have to hop off here, y'all. But I still do my one on ones. I still have my courses and everything available. Everything is at mentalhealness.net. I gotta get to the store by 9 o'clock. I gotta get some ice cream and stuff like that. For the kids. But y'all be safe. Like I said, my podcast has been launched as well. If you want to be on the podcast, there's a link in the bio as well. The link in the bio leads you to all of that stuff right there, y'all. All of it. My one on ones, everything I do is at mentalhealness.net or right here, link in the bio. Y'all be safe. Oh, girl, that last one, for y'all. I really do. Y'all gotta be safe. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And as always, y'all. As always, I'm out. Peace.